What's going on, guys? It's me, I Film Things, and I'm here for my first movie review. Um, the intro didn't record in my footage I'm about to edit, so I'm actually recording this intro after I've already recorded the video. This is weird. But I'm reviewing Transformers Rise of the Beasts. The video is going to start when I started talking about getting out of the theater. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to have to go through just to double check. But I wanted to review this movie because I'm a huge Transformers fan and I wanted to try something out of my comfort zone. I've never done a movie review or any kind of review in general. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of it. So yeah, I just wanted to make this quick intro to let y'all know what was going on. So yeah. Also, yeah, I know the frame rate is really bad on my webcam. I had a different webcam I was using, but it kept screwing up during the recording, so I had to switch them out. Sorry about that, but yeah, I just want to let you guys know. Alright, so basically the first thing I want to get into is the movie was good. I did like the movie. Well, coming out of the theater initially, I was kind of like mixed on it because I'm a big Transformers nerd. If you guys didn't know this, I don't think I've ever actually spoke about it, but I've been a big fan of this franchise since I was younger. And I've watched the whole G1 series. I've watched all the movies and growing up, and I watched Transformers Prime. Issue is, I guess with this review, I haven't actually watched much of Beast Wars. I've seen bits and pieces, but it was never something I watched. But I definitely knew about it, and if I get any of the Maximals names wrong or just forget them completely, sorry about that ahead of time. So to start this review, I would like to talk about just the robots in general. So the issue was there was not enough robots on screen, just flat out. That was my main issue. And it's like I said in the intro, that's the thing that this movie suffers from in the past Transformers movies. There's just been a lot of human involvement, and after the third time, maybe there should be I don't know. I just don't think there were definitely humans in G1, and that's fine because it worked for that. But it was not always about the humans. It was always about the Transformers, every single time, usually. And if they ever just made a movie with the Transformers on Cybertron, and just had the whole movie, you could make a whole movie around the Transformers, and give them human qualities, where they're relatable and just general stuff like that. It's probably not hard to do, because there were points of that in this movie, and those were the points that I liked. It's just when the robots were on screen. Mirage, voiced by Pete Davidson in this movie, he was definitely the guardian for Noah. And well, I'd say Noah, but he kind of kidnapped Noah because there was an emergency going on. Optimus called all the Autobots together because the signal from the key, which is a plot device in this movie, activated, and then shot a beacon up into the sky, basically alerting Unicron to Earth. And so how he meets Noah, Mirage, Noah is I believe struggling for money or struggling for a job, and then he gets in touch with someone he knows, and they go to steal a vehicle. I guess that's what it was. I honestly wasn't paying attention. But basically, this is how Noah and Mirage meet. Noah was going to steal a car, which happened to be Mirage. And then the whole police chase ensues, which we've seen basically that whole thing in the trailers. That was their main focus was Mirage. But I definitely loved him. Well, not loved him, but I definitely liked him as an Autobot. Some people might say he was annoying, but I think Pete Davidson captured it perfectly. He was cool. He was definitely the more chill Autobot, and you see him a lot in the movie. And he was awesome. I liked him. He had a really great scene towards the end of the movie where he did a self-sacrifice to basically save Noah. And it was cool. I liked it. I liked him a lot as a character. So, Bumblebee, we all know him, we all love him. So pretty much since he had his own movie back in 2018, he gets killed off in this movie for a good majority of the runtime. He gets killed off by Scourge when they were having a battle to get the key from the humans. And this is like right after Noah meets the Autobots. And he does not have a lot of screen because he dies, and basically the way he is resurrected is there's Energon like just chilling on the Earth. The Autobots find this out from the Maximals, and that's basically like the whole reason Unicron's coming to Earth is because there's Energon. I think anyway, but I like from what I remember, because it's been a while since I've watched this, but he is dead for a majority of the movie. And he gets revived after the key activates the ancient tower to open that portal so Unicron can come through and eat Earth. But he gets revived because all the Energon in the area got activated, and he was either sitting on the Energon or one of the Maximals put him on the rock to heal him. But when he does come back in the movie, he has probably the coolest entrance. He drops out of Stratosphere because Stratosphere is an Autobot. He's a big boy. He's the giant plane. If you've watched the trailers or seen the movie, but he jumps out of Stratosphere and he's shooting the Terracons and the Scorpions and the different Terracons that are spawning that Unicron is shooting down on Earth. And it was really cool seeing. He was pretty awesome in the movie. Granted, he didn't have a lot of screen time, but just his entrance alone was good enough for me. Like, it was awesome. It's basically what you would expect from Bumblebee. Like he like when he lands, he says, "I'm here to kick some ass." Like, of course, that's something he would say. So yeah, that's just pretty much what I gotta say about Bumblebee. Didn't have a lot of screen time because he just had his own movie, so I'm pretty sure that's why they cut him from a lot of it, but it was awesome to see him nonetheless. So Optimus also had a big chunk of screen time when the Transformers were on screen. He was like this is why I'm making the top threes, because Optimus and Mirage took a lot of the screen time. Optimus is like, people might think he's a huge douchebag in this movie, but he's being Optimus, I guess you could say. He does not like the humans. He doesn't trust them. He's not like super caring about them like he is in previous movies, because they basically only been on Earth for 7 years, I think, and he doesn't trust them until towards the very end of the movie, where when Mirage makes his sacrifice, he basically, like, his parts form around Noah and make like an armor, which I'm pretty sure that was in G1. Not like, that was a thing in G1, which I thought that part was cool. Then basically while Noah has this armor, Optimus goes to shut off the portal at the end of the movie after defeating Scourge, and basically Noah saves him, and that kind of gets his trust. Like, okay, maybe I can trust the humans. But he was cool. Like, Optimus was awesome in this movie. I liked him. But Optimus is still a psychomaniac that wants to commit murder. He was talking some mad shit on Scourge at the final battle, and I honestly thought it was cool. Voice crack, but I was fine with it, I guess, because that's just kind of who he is in these movies. He's just like kind of a homicidal maniac that wants to kill anything that comes in his way. But he was awesome. It's Optimus Prime. You can't really go wrong with him. Well, I guess the homicidal maniac thing's not really his thing, because he's like really a chill dude. But he's also there like protecting his people. He's protecting his Autobots because he's their leader. So, I don't know if that justifies him being crazy. Like, he's not crazy, but just killing people. Or not people, but you guys get what I mean. Yeah, Optimus was great. So, now let's talk about the Maximals. So, now, the Maximals. I just basically put like a slideshow showing just all of them because I didn't really know what else to do. But so here's the issue with the Maximals. When they were on screen, they were really cool, but they were not on the screen long at all. I'm pretty sure the only Maximal that had most screen time, other than the Eagle, I think her name's Air Razor. I think it's Air Razor, unless that's the Terracon. I don't know their names. I'm sorry, guys. But she had a good chunk of screen time. You don't even see Rhinox or Cheetor till like the very end of the movie. And same with Optimus Primal, because he's there with them. Rhinox and Cheetor, like they do, like they all three, like Optimus Primal included, they all have their scenes, like at that final battle where they transform. That's the only time you see it. That is the only time throughout the entire film, and it was in the trailers. I'm pretty sure that's the only time you see it, which is kind of disappointing. Calling your Transformers movie Rise of the Beast, you want to show the beasts as much as possible. Like the Autobots got more screen time than they did, like 100%. I don't even think Cheetor got any or Rhinox got any lines. Cheetor had like one line, and Optimus Primal had some, and the Eagle one did too. But I mean, when they were on screen, it was awesome, but they were barely there, and that's the thing. Like that's an issue I have with this movie. It's just there's not enough of them. Calling your Transformers movie Rise of the Beast, you want to show the beasts as much as possible. Like the Autobots got more screen time than they did, like 100%. I don't even think Cheetor got any or Rhinox got any lines. Cheetor had like one line, and Optimus Primal had some, and the Eagle one did too. But I mean, when they were on screen, it was awesome, but they were barely there, and that's the thing. Like that's an issue I have with this movie. It's just there's not enough of them. So now we're going to talk about Scourge and then Unicron. So Scourge and the Terracons and Unicron. So I liked Unicron in this movie. He wasn't like he was there when he needed to be, but the voice they had for Unicron was really cool. I liked that a lot. So Scourge now. So he's a good, like I liked him. He was cool, but he's kind of like he has his Terracon sidekicks to have him do everything in the movie, like do everything for him. Like he'll definitely do stuff head on, but there are a lot of times where he's just like, you do it. But he is the one that stabbed Bumblebee in the movie, and he was really they were tough villains to fight. Because, I mean, they're powered by Unicron. They're basically dead Transformers that have been resurrected by Unicron, I'm pretty sure, from my understanding. But I like Scourge. He was cool. He was voiced by Peter Dinklage, I believe. But other than that, I mean, I don't really know what else to go off of. The intro scene with him at the very beginning where he killed that first Maximal, that's what had me hooked. And it was like, I thought he was a cool villain. So, low points. Sadly, the humans, which, like, okay, so the human characters were okay. I'm not, like the characters were fine. I think I like these human characters more than the Bay movies because they weren't as, I guess they had more stuff to do. But the ones in the Bay movies had stuff to do. I think they were just on screen too much for me personally. I just would have liked, I kept saying this entire video, I just wanted to see more Transformers. But, I mean, the only scene I really liked with them was when Noah got the armor stuff from Mirage and fought with it. That was cool. I don't even remember the chick's name. The other human chick. When the human characters were on, at one point because I watched this film with my girlfriend. She fell asleep Normally, when we go watch movies, she don't fall asleep. She fell asleep during this movie, during the human parts anyway. So that kind of says something, I guess. I don't really know. So another low point I have is coincidental plot devices, and it's just really one. So the human lady, it like has it, there's a point in the movie where I think the key got destroyed, and then she has, or no, they need to get a code for the key, but they don't have the way to get the code. But coincidentally, she has a way to figure this code out and is able to punch it into the machine that shoots up the portal that brings Unicron down. And it's just like stuff like that is just weird. Like, why don't the Autobots or Maximals have a backup way to do that instead of just it being something that only the humans can do? Like, you'd think the Autobots and Maximals would be able to figure that out or have something in place already. But nope, it's the humans that do it, and I was just like, that just bugged me. I was just kind of like, really? And then the one thing that shocked me the most out of this whole movie was the ending. And I'm not talking about the end of the movie, I'm talking about the post-credit scene. So basically the post-credit scene shows our main character, Noah, fixing Mirage. He rebuilt him. So Mirage is alive. He didn't die. But then this agent guy shows up and gives him a card, and he's like, "Hey, we know what you've been doing. We knew about your trip to, was it Brazil? Yeah, I'm gonna say Brazil as a guess. I'm pretty sure might have been Brazil. But we know about your trip, and we know like about the Transformers. The agent guy knew about everything that was going on." And then Noah flips the card over after this guy shows him like a room of like cool gadgets and vehicles, and it says G.I. Joe. Now, initially, I thought this was Sector 7 from the Bay movies. And I think they were in the Bumblebee movie too. But I was sitting there telling my girlfriend, I was like, oh, it has to be Sector 7. It's G.I. Joe. So that confused me, like, majorly. And once I did some research coming home, I figured, I guess Paramount's doing like I guess they're starting their own cinematic universe with Transformers and G.I. Joe because they have those properties. And I was like, okay, well, that's cool because G.I. Joe's cool. Like, I like those movies. I watched them when I was younger. Not like my biggest thing I'm into, but I know of it, and G.I. Joe is cool. And that'll be a cool thing to implement for Transformers, I guess, if they're sharing a universe on screen. It just confused me, but once I did more research on it, I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to talk about for this review. I'd give this movie like a good 7. 7 for the Transformers. That's it. Because I didn't really like the humans being on screen. I was really hoping that there wouldn't be any humans in this movie, but it's a live action Transformers movie, so like that's inevitable. I'm convinced now after watching this, there will never be a Transformers movie that has no humans. There will never be a Transformers movie like that because for some reason we have to have humans in our Transformers movie, and I know I sound like a total nerd shill saying that, but basically you get the point. I didn't like the humans a lot in this movie. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want more content like this, or just general commentating content like this. Not used to it, so maybe the more I do, I'll get more comfortable with it. Sorry if this video is a bit janky. I didn't really know how to put this together, but I did my best. Leave a like if you did like it. Subscribe if you're new around here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.